Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I hope you've had a great Easter. Welcome to my live stream. So, what are we talking about today? Essentially, we're talking about money. We're talking about money flow. We're talking about economic prosperity. But most importantly, my goal is to help you be able to critically think and make objective decisions in regards to your legacy and your generational prosperity. Now, if you don't know this, I like to challenge your thinking, your decisions, your point of view, and ultimately your actions. Because if you actually move differently, think differently, hi Joseph, you're actually able to follow this money flow. Now, I say this every single day, money does not disappear. Money moves. I'm going to repeat this. Money does not disappear. Money moves. And even in the midst of financial tumultuous times, money is still moving. I'm going to repeat. While your retirement account is going down and the stock market is basically having a grand old time, money is moving. Now, if you understand this and you can take a step back beyond your front yard and your backyard, you will actually see what I'm saying has some validity. Now, if you don't know, I have a moderator. My moderator plans my talking points. So if my moderator mutes you, please do not take it personally. That is our way of telling you to focus. If you get blocked, that means you probably cross boundaries. That is disturbing this live stream. And again, don't take it personally. This is only about money. Please keep your racial, your gender, your religious, your political, your feeling, your preferences out of my live stream, because this is focused on history, objectivity, cash, economic cycles, business cycles. Okay, you get me? Cool. Last but not least, we put a lot of energy in planning these talking points. We put a lot of thought into what we're going to challenge your thinking on. And what I'm going to ask is for you to tap that screen that lets me know that you're vibing with me, you understand what I'm talking about, and we're going to proceed forward. Okay, do we understand each other? I'm going to say last but not least, don't try me. Okay, this is here for information. This is here for education. This is not entertainment. Do not try me. All right? Do not try me. We're going to behave like we love information. We love intelligence. And we're going to challenge each other, but don't try me. All right, guys? Let's get started. Now, we're talking about Tesla. A Tesla bull warns of a code red if Elon Musk sticks with Doge. You know, thank you, Joseph. I'm trying to figure out where do I begin with this, okay? If you don't know what a bull is a person who is a fan, who is an avid fan, an advocate, a believer in an entity. And this person that I'm speaking about is a bull for Tesla. Now, he's saying that there's going to be a code red if Elon Musk sticks with Doge. I'm sorry. If you watched me yesterday, I've already explained to you that Tesla had a code red. Okay? It's called, what is it called? A death signal? A death cross? It's called a death cross. Tesla had a signal called a death cross on April 14th. So if you don't know what a death cross is, that's basically a technical signal that tells traders, investors to sell. All right? And if you don't know this, that's not my problem. Look it up. So this bull, this analyst that's saying that Tesla will have a code red, you guys are getting your facts, you're getting your reality. It's convoluted. Thank you, Patricia. When a death cross happens, that is a code red. Tesla has already dropped nosedive below the support resistance line of the 200-day moving average. If that's not a code red for you, what do you need? What more do you need for you to understand that Tesla stock has already told you, hello, I've fallen. I don't know when I'm going to get back up. Now, here's the next thing I want you to understand. Tesla is a company that has technology and innovation. You want to invest, and why did the screen stop tapping? If you want this information, you got to get out your feelings and you got to tap. You got to get out of your feelings and you got to tap. You can think and tap at the same time. Come on now. All right. Some of you guys, if you're salty from yesterday, you should not have come back today. All right. If you're salty from yesterday, you shouldn't be here today. All right. I want to repeat. I need you to tap. Now, Tesla is innovation. Tesla is technology. Now, the problem is this. You are investing based off of a stock price, and you're not understanding what the value of that stock is. Because typically, when you invest, you are investing in innovation. You're investing in research and development. You are investing in pioneering minds that are trailblazers that's going to change your life. So when someone tells me Tesla is going down the drain, Tesla's stock price may have had a death cross, but Tesla is still legit. I have to separate this because there's a misunderstanding of what's going on. The value of Tesla, as far as its intellectual capital, is still real. It's still real. And that's why Elon Musk is not fazed, because Elon is not a money chaser. Elon hunts money. He doesn't follow the money, follow the trends. He hunts money. So while all of you are upset about the fact that Tesla had a death cross, Elon is not upset. Does that make you sit back and wonder, why is this man who sees his company, the value of his company, falling? Why is he not panicking and everyone else is panicking? And I'm telling you why. Because Elon is focused on what he does well. He rides economic booms, he innovates, and then he hops onto the next economic boom. The people who cannot get with this money game are still crying and upset by the fact that Tesla had a death cross. And then you're warning that Tesla is going to have a code red. If you're really a bull, a Tesla bull, what are you worried about? Are you a Tesla bull because of the technology and innovation? Or are you a Tesla bull because you like the stock price? Those are two different things. Because if you're going to ride for Tesla, you need to ride for Tesla. You need to understand the heart, the value, the pulse that's behind Tesla. And that's innovative, genius minds. So when I'm talking to you about understanding what the stock market's about, you guys are playing with dollars, okay? You're like kids on the playground who are playing on a goddamn seesaw. You have to have a visionary mind when it comes to money and money flow. You understand? Tesla, Elon has a mind, and he's working that mind. He understands the short-term costs, the mid-term costs, and the long-term gains. And his long-term gains are not as far off as you think. Okay? Oh boy, he was born into wealth. Here's the question I have for you. Why weren't you? Hold on. Inidisi, I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. Forgive me. You're telling me he's born in wealth. The question I have for you, hello, Johnny. The question I have for you is, why aren't you? You see, you're telling me what Elon has, and I'm trying to tell you what you can get. I'm going to repeat what I said. You're telling me about another man's bank account instead of you trying to listen to me and get your bank account right. That's how I know you're not ready for my live stream, because people who are ready for my live stream, you call bull and you see opportunity. And when you see opportunity, you're worried about your bank account. And that is what Elon Musk is doing. Elon Musk is not worried about a death cross. Elon Musk is not worried about a code red. Only people who don't see the real value that this man's technology and innovations are bringing to the table, you're worried. Elon's not worried. The research, the scientists, the developers that are working for him, they're not worried. Do you understand me? So when you understand what you're doing and you understand money flow, you can ascertain where the money is. You're chasing stock market prices. Elon is going after long-term real money. You see, you're making money off of Tesla right now, but Elon already cashed in on that boom. You're focused on Elon's electrical vehicles. That is a boom. That's old news. Elon Musk has already hopped onto another boom. I'm going to repeat this. I don't give a damn if you believe what I say. I don't give a damn if you agree with me. I'm telling you what it is. Elon has a history of riding economic booms. And by the time rest of the people catch up with him, he's already hopped onto the nest. So this Musk basically, this Tesla bull person basically said, okay, analyst Dan Ives says that Musk is Tesla. And if he needs to take a step back from Doge. Analyst Dan Ives is saying that Elon Musk is Tesla. And he needs to take a step back from Doge. Because if he doesn't take a step back from Doge, he believes, this bull, that the economy, that the company is going to suffer some loss. Tesla stock is already dropping. And if you're a bull, a Tesla bull, what are you worried about? You're saying that Tesla, Elon Musk, needs to take a step back from Doge. Otherwise, it's code red for Tesla. No, it's code red for you. I'm going to repeat this. You're saying because Elon Musk is involved in Doge, that is the reason why Tesla is tanking. There's a number of things that are happening that's impacting Tesla. But if you are ride or die for Tesla, you're a Tesla bull, where's the faith? Where's the strength of character? Where's the understanding of the technology that this man is sitting on, that this company is ready to unleash? You can't call yourself a bull, and then when times get choppy, guess what? You get scared. You get scared. How is it that when economic times get tough, when times are good, you're a bull? You're a bull. And when times get tough, you basically start backpedaling. You start getting scared. Elon Musk is not worried about his stock price. I'm going to tell you as straight-faced as I can. The reason why you don't see Elon crying is because Elon is innovating. Elon is focused on money that's going to make up for the losses you see today. I'm going to repeat this again. Elon Musk is not crying about Tesla. He was crying. Well, I guess what you're crying with him too. He's not crying because he's focused on something that's going to make up for the losses you see right now multifold. That is the difference between someone who is chasing and someone who is hunting money. So if you are a bull and you're riding for Tesla, that means you are prepared to weather these blows. And if you cannot weather these financial blows that Tesla is basically suffering, then you don't understand the game. If you invest in the stock market, you know when you put your money in the right place, you know there's times where it goes up and down. But when you have a winning horse and you have someone who rides economic bulls like a G, Elon Musk rides economic bulls. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what's going on right now, okay? The biggest concern is that Tesla would get caught in the backlash against U.S. and China's policies. Tesla makes about 1/3 of its income from China. This analyst Ives says that he has cut the price target for Tesla by 43%. This Tesla bull has cut the price target of Tesla by 43%. So that tells me you are not a bull. Next, let me tell you what Elon is focusing on. Elon is focusing on robotics. I'm going to repeat this. You are worried about Tesla not selling enough cars. Elon Musk is focused on robotics. Robotics. So you're crying about car sales, and he is focused on humanoid robots. Tap that screen. Tap that screen. Tap it. If you were a real bull for Tesla, you would know this. And if you were a real investor, you would know the value that these robots are going to add. You understand? People talk the talk. Are you, I mean, am I mad? You feel uncomfortable. You're asking me if I'm mad. That means you're uncomfortable. Have I made you uncomfortable? Have I showed you the mirror to your face? You want to talk about me being mad, but the fact is you mad. You mad because, one, you don't know this information. You're mad because your bank account does not reflect that you have this information. So who's mad? Am I mad or you mad? I think you're mad. And I think I make you uncomfortable. I make you uncomfortable, don't I? And when you're uncomfortable, that means you're out of your league, baby. Do you understand? You're out of your league. And instead of you being respectful, you want to misdirect, you want to deflect your lack of confidence on me. You understand? Bring it. So who's mad? I'm live. I'm real. What are you? You're uncomfortable. Welcome to my live stream, guys. Welcome to my live stream. Trolls, y'all can bring it. Let me tell you something. I'm smart and I can drag you. Elon Musk and Tesla are focused on robotics. That is the future. That is the future. So if you're going to ride for Tesla, you got to see the vision. And if you can't see the vision, you're not a bull. You're not a bull. And would a bull cut the price target for a company? Here's a real question, guys. If you're a bull, if you're riding for someone and you cut the price target, you just told me you're not a bull. You see, what the point of my live stream is, I like to tell you guys some nuances. I like for you to see the hypocrisy of humanity. I like for you to understand that sometimes humans do things that don't make sense. On one hand, you're saying, I'm a Tesla bull. On the other hand, you're saying, I cut your price target. That means you're two-faced. That means you're not loyal to the money that Tesla's going to bring. Hold on. If you are ride or die for Tesla and you cut its price target, you're telling me you're two-faced. You're also telling me, can I rely on your objectivity? Can I rely on your objectivity? So when I talk to you guys about being able to critically think and understanding things that are going around you, I really want you to get this, because guess what? I don't care if Elon Musk was born into wealth. Elon Musk has a skill of generating wealth. He also has a skill of knowing how to use that money to make more money. I'm going to repeat this, okay? I told you my live stream is about money. You're worried about this man being born into wealth, instead of focusing on the fact that this man has some skills that you could actually emulate and pick up on for your own economic prosperity. Elon Musk knows how to use money. Elon Musk has the art of timing. Elon Musk has mastered economic booms. And when you master writing economic booms, you build generational prosperity. So when I tell you I'm here to challenge you, I'm here to challenge how you think, what you say, what you do, what you don't do. And I'm here to get you off of your ass of complacency and excuses. You cannot rely solely on analysts who label themselves a bull and think that your money is going to fare well. You have to have some shrewd, keen insight into the motivations of what you're doing and why. And if you're investing money to earn money, you got to go deeper than that. Listen to me. You're investing money to earn money. I'm asking you to go deeper than that, because when you understand the stock market and you understand what exactly you are investing in, and you have a vision of where the world and the economy is going, then you know where to head. AI is not going anywhere. I don't care what economic policies that are put into place, whether the US brings AI to the finish line or the Middle East or Asia, someone's going to bring AI to the finish line first. Second, cell phones, automations, humanoid robots, quantum computing, e-learning, that's not going anywhere. I don't care what trade tariffs go on. Someone is going to bring this across the finish line. AI is going to add trillions of dollars to the global economy. Whether the US brings it, China brings it, someone's going to bring it. So if you understand economic cycles, you understand how technological revolutions change our life. How hard is it to follow this money? You see, on one hand, Elon Musk is Tesla. And you're trying to claim that Elon is destroying the value of Tesla. But on the other hand, Elon Musk is the brains, the leadership behind Tesla. So you can't say on one hand, I like Tesla, but I don't like Elon Musk. Okay? You should play the Oracle formation. You must understand, you cannot pick or choose the qualities or characteristics of trailblazing, innovating people. Y'all seem to think that a person must be a picture perfect, this perfect human being who does innovation, who behaves the way you want, who does what you want, because popular opinion determines. No, if you look at geniuses from history, they have qualities that you love and hate. That's why they're a genius. You cannot dissect Elon Musk. He's destroying Tesla. Yeah, start your own company. Start your own company. What you sound like is a bunch of people who cannot master the skill sets to ride an economic boom. Because let me tell you this, has popular opinion ever been correct? It doesn't matter. This is about money. Geniuses people typically don't care how you feel about them. You guys have gotten into the mindset of being these picture perfect people, but let me tell you something about human nature. There's two sides to a person. So if you love their genius, you must understand there's some eccentric parts of their personality that's going to rub you the wrong way. And if Elon chooses to destroy his company, it's his company. You have a problem with a man in his business instead of you minding your business and starting your own business. This is about money flow. You want to hate on a man who's able to take initiative, invest money,
and ride his coattails.
And then you want to complain. I'm going to see this. This man invests his money, invests his time, his energy, and intelligence to build. It is his company. It is his company. You know why? Because he's the brains behind it. What are you building? What are you building? You're riding his coattails. You're buying his stock. You're making money off of his stock, and you want to complain? Guess what you do? You stop complaining and you start taking action. You build a business. You invest in technology, and then you get to call the shots. But if you think buying 10 stocks, 100 stocks makes you the owner of Tesla, you don't understand this money game. You don't understand this money game. Your $10,000, $1,000 investment in Tesla, you think that makes you the CEO of Tesla. You're wrong. What you need to do is innovate. What you need to learn how to do is ride economic booms, look at business and history cycles, and you need to invest. Some of y'all talk to talk, but you don't take action. Let me tell you how you ride an economic boom. Right timing, you invest in technology, you get the knowledge and expertise, and you ride that, and then you hop on one boom. Riding their coattails does not mean anything. You're riding coattails. You're not making waves. You're not trailblazing. You're not innovating. You're complaining, riding the coattails of a man who's innovating. So guess what? Check that. Check that. Check that. Now moving on. Oman's Sultan, is meeting Putin in Moscow after a Iran-US talks. I've moved on. I don't care if you don't like it. You're riding someone else's coattails and you're complaining. And when it comes time for you to invest, to create something of your own, I hear crickets. I hear crickets. Crickets. Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all like to have some ball and gall in my live stream. But if you want to have some balls, you got to have two balls. You can't be a one nut squirrel in my live stream squawking. I'm going to repeat this. Y'all like to get amped in my live stream because I speak directly. You like to grow some balls, but you can't be a one nut squirrel in my live stream. So either you got to come with two balls or you need to sit the hell back and you need to listen and learn. I've come for you. I called you a one nut squirrel. Either you learn, or you get up and you take action. You cannot sit in my live stream and think you're going to question me when you're riding the coattails of another man. And when I tell you how to build a business, how to get cash, you don't do a damn thing. So let me tell you, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Either you grow a pair of balls or you accept that you're a one nut squirrel. But either way, this money is moving. This money is moving. And if you want to move with this money, you need to be quiet, put your ego out of the way, get your thinking challenged. Because if you were sitting in a session and a Harvard professor was lecturing you, you would not be foolish you wouldn't be foolish in that room. So you're going to respect me or you're going to get blocked or scrolled. Do you understand? Do you understand? Because you're not getting this information from anyone else. And anyone else has a problem with my passion, my vigor, my personality. Let me tell you what you can do. You can accept that I make you uncomfortable and you can learn, or you can get on with your life. Do I make myself clear? And you're going to tap that screen at the same time. Try me. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the bullshit, okay? I'm talking about money that can help you change how you move for the future. I am trying to help you build generational poverty. I'm trying to help you build generational wealth through understanding some nuances that people are not teaching you. You understand? This is not about your feelings. I am a strong person. And I'm not going to water myself down for you or anyone else. So you either ride with me or you go to another platform and you listen to them. Now back on topic, okay? Oman's Sultan is meeting with Putin in Moscow. Now, to me, let me tell you what I see. When countries are getting together, meeting and talking, in the midst of financial crises, economic crises, and trade wars, deals are being constructed. Now, we typically like to think that the U.S. and China, these big players, are the ones that are making deals. I told you yesterday, where there's silence, there's money flow. Listen to me. We are so caught up in the hype and the drama of going from one safe haven to another as far as your money. There are meetings, agreements that are being made where things are flowing smoothly. And I told you where there's silence, where you're not paying attention, or where money deals are being made. You have to start retraining yourself to see beyond the noise, beyond the BS, and start getting a broader point of view. If you are finding it hard, difficult to make money in the same capacity that you used to, you have to pause and survey the financial landscape. So Oman Sultan is going to meet Putin in Moscow. Now, this Sultan's meeting is to focus on global issues, regional issues, and also to discuss trade and economic ties. Now, if you know anything about what's happening to the Russian economy, ever since we froze assets and ever since, the Russian-Ukraine war, the economy in Russia has been struggling. Now, you may not know this because you know that they're fighting between Russia and Ukraine. But Russia's economy has been taking a huge impact for this war, and I still don't understand what's going on. They've been taking an impact. So now you have Oman Sultan. Russia and Oman, they have history. So it's, from my opinion, that Oman is showing up now because we are reaching a critical point in the Russian economy and with the Russian-Ukraine war. Now, if you watched me for several weeks, I told you that wars can create economic booms and reconstruction, peace, can also create economic booms. So part of the reason why Russia's economy is suffering is because what some of US and Europe's policies in regards to freezing assets and everything that's happening. Now you have countries that are coming to Russia from the Middle East who has money to invest. And it's my understanding, it is my thought that they're looking to help make more money by investing in Russia's economy, helping to stabilize it and bring it back. So you guys think that when the economy collapses and when things get destroyed, it's over. That's why the U.S. wants to go to the Gaza Strip. Because when there's destruction, there's actually an opportunity for reconstruction and earning a shitload, a boatload of money. Did you know that? Please tap the screen if you're understanding what I'm saying. Where there's destruction, there's also wealth that can be made. But typically what happens is that you focus on the stock market collapsing. But let me tell you what people are doing. They're not focusing on the stock market. They're focused on investing money for reconstruction. And that will help bring the stock market back up. So why am I telling you this? When the economy changes, when global relationships change, when there's power struggles changing, you have to change how you put your money to work. I'm going to repeat this. Typically, when you see the stock market, you guys ride for the stock market. What I'm trying to educate you is that there's people, real money movers, who do not solely put their money in the stock market. They look at the strength, the weakness of the US dollar. They look at the amount of destruction that has happened in a region. And sometimes they pull their money out of the stock market and to put it into cold, hard resources and assets that are used for reconstruction. Are you with me? So when I say I'm here to shatter your way of thinking and to push you beyond what you see, you've been taught you're like a one-trick pony. A one-trick pony. And I'm trying to tell you, instead of being a one-trick pony, you need to be a magician. And a magician can look around at the global landscape and see that times have changed. There's a lot of destruction that has happened. And when there's destruction, you actually move your money, manage your money in a different way to get more money. Example, I told you about Tesla. People are upset because Tesla's sales have dropped on his cars. But instead of focusing on the cars, real G's, thank you, Dusty. See, look at that. Dusty knows how to calm me down for about 30 seconds and then I get back on amp. Thank you, Dusty. Real G's realize that Tesla's moving into robotics. I just told you Elon Musk has gone from the renewable, thank you. Thank you. Elon Musk has gone from the renewable energy, the EV boom, and he's hopped over to robotics. Thank you. He's hopped over to robotics. So what does that mean? Sometimes you need to get out of your own way. If you have Oman showing up to Russia and Oman is stable and Russia is destabilized, their economy is destabilized, that is money opportunity. That is money opportunity. This is money flow. Russia's economy has been in a meltdown for years, okay? So why is Oman strengthening ties? Strengthening ties right now. Because I told you success has to do with timing. Timing. We, whether you know it or not, are nearing the end of this war between Russia and Ukraine. And smart countries are moving in right before it ends to swoop in on opportunity. You see, guys, I emphasize this over and over and time again. When I talk to you about economic booms, I tell you how critical timing is. Most of you wait until the end, the tail end of an economic boom, and you already missed the chunk of money. It happens over and over again. You want to know why? Because you guys are laughing, because you think everything is a phase. You think everything is a fad. 1, 2, you can't let go of the past. I'm sitting here telling you guys about death crosses, Elon Musk moving over to a different economic boom, and you're talking to me about old news, old money systems, old money construct. And that is why your timing is essentially always off, because you're either too soon or you're too late. There is a sweet spot on the scale of time scale. And if you know how to get in at the right time, that is how you secure the chunk of the money. So the fact that Oman is showing up on the tail ends of a war, how do I know it's the tail ends? Because most people want peace. The US wants peace. The EU wants peace. Even countries in the Middle East wants this Russia-Ukraine war to end. So if you have most people who are countries wanting peace, it's only a matter of time that this is going to happen. And it's going to happen sooner than later because tides have shifted. Tides are shifting. But you cannot get the pulse of what's going on until you take a breather, you take a step back, and you start listening to people who you don't like and considering an alternative point of view. Just because you can't see it, just because you can't fathom it, doesn't mean that it's not real. I would have never imagined that the EU and China would have aligned against the US. But guess what? Things move. Things change. Things change. So you have to be able to change and be dynamic and pivot when it comes to money flow. Now you hear Russia's economy is in a meltdown. You're saying, hey, I got to stay away from that. No, I see money, cash, cash, money, cash. Because if you get enough people with the right amount of money, moolah, coming in at the right time, investing, reconstructing in Russia's economy, guess what? They mint money. You see, on one hand, Ukraine has destroyed some pipelines, some tankers, and it's been money lost. A lot of money's been lost. But Putin, you don't see him sweating. He's not sweating because if he's been around the game a few times. He's been around the block. He understands the value of reconstruction. He knows that when the economy gets to a certain point, the ruble gets weakened to a certain point. When you have a weak ruble or a weak dollar, that actually encourages foreign investment. So when you're hearing the US dollar is not safe, put your money into the franc, put your money into the yen. Let me tell you what other people are doing. They see weak dollar. Value from money. Yes. Invest in US economy. Yes. Why? Because the US dollar is weak. And when the US dollar is weak, that means other currencies are strong. So when I push you guys, I'm pushing you for a reason. I need you to see beyond what these analysts and these Tesla bull people or these bull people are trying to teach you. Because let me tell you something. While they got you investing your savings into the stock market because they tell you the stock market's on sale, let me tell you what these other people are doing. Behind your back, while you're fighting over who is going to lose more money and who's going to have a double bounce, a double bottom. You're wondering when the double bottom is going to happen. Yes, the double bottom, the double bounce back is going to happen. You got other countries, people with money, who are going in a different direction because you go in the path of least resistance to follow money flow. Money goes in the path of least resistance. And right now, there's a lot of resistance because of U.S. trade policies, because of the U.S. economy declining, and because the stock market is all over the place. When you have too much resistance, that is not what you do with money. I tell you over and over again, yes, tap that screen. Money follows the same laws of the universe. Water will flow in the path of least resistance. Money will flow in the path of least resistance. And when there's free trade, where there's harmonious relationships, where there's an understanding of value and respect, money will flow. Money will only flow so long when you are trying to get your way in a global economy. Countries cannot arm twist other countries to do what they want. There has to be an equal footing and understanding of what each other brings to the table. Then you have free flow. When there's not respect between what one country does and another country does, I'm telling you, the money is going to flow out and the money's going to go someplace else. And let me tell you what's happening in the Middle East. The Middle East is investing. The Middle East is investing. They are swooping in right underneath y'all noses, putting its money in places that is opportunity and spells CASH. That's cash if you don't know. Yeah. You're distracted. You got to stop being distracted, okay? Now, Meta's chief AI scientist calls the French initiative to attract U.S. scientists a smart move. Now, let me explain to you. I switched topics. Jim, don't ask me that question. Guys, can someone tell Jim? Can you tell Jim what happens when you ask me what to do with your money? I am trying to teach you how to think. And instead of you understanding the laws of this jungle here, which is to teach you how to think, you are asking me again what to do with your money. That means, block, thank you, Keith. That means you do not understand what is going on here. You are here to be informed. You're here to be intellectually stimulated and challenged so you can make financially informed decisions. Now back on topic. Meta's chief AI scientist calls the French initiative to attract U.S. scientists a smart move. Now let me give you some history. I'm getting ready to I'm going to blow y'all minds. Okay, I'm going to blow your eyebrows off. I'm going to blow your wigs off. I'm going to blow your beards off right now. Tap that screen. I'm getting ready to go back in history and show you how monumental. Thank you, Jared. I'm getting ready to show you how monumental what I just said is. Tap that screen. Hi, Chloe. Tap that screen. I'm getting ready to blow your wigs off, okay? If you're smart, just take your wig off. Snatch your wig off right now. I'm getting ready to blow your minds. Let me tell you the magnitude of what I just said. I'm going to repeat what I said. Meta's chief AI scientist calls the French initiative to attract U.S. scientists a smart move. Let me tell you why. If you go back to World War I and World War II, let's start with World War I. The U.S. was not the superpower that you know it to be. Okay? Sorry, I'm bald. Okay, Keith, I'm going to put some hair on your chest and I'm going to put some hair on your head, Keith, okay? All right, Keith, you don't have no hair. You have no hair. I'm going to put hair on your chest and hair on your head. All right? Listen to me. World War I, World War II was a time where the U.S. was essentially stealing German scientists. Geniuses, listen to me. During World War I and World War II, the U.S. was stealing scientists from Europe. Geniuses. Why did we do that? We used their intellect to create technologies that it catapulted us to the future. It catapulted us as a superpower. It put us as one of the world's leaders. Now, it's why we won the war. Now listen to what I'm saying. Trump is freezing hundreds of millions of dollars from universities. Billions. He's also preventing people from outside the U.S. from getting an education in the U.S. So what am I saying? He is stunting brilliant minds from coming into the United States. He's also stunting the ability of our educational institutions from stimulating your mind. Now, let me tell you what France is doing. France is doing what we did. France is basically telling U.S. scientists to come to Europe, to come to France. If you understand what I'm saying, tap that screen. I told you during World War I, World War II, the U.S. was stealing the intellectual capital of genius minds of Europe, and we brought them to the U.S. It made us a superpower. It gave us technology and the bombs to win the war. Now that Trump, with his trade policies and his educational policies, he is cutting us off from the intellectual capital we need to be a superpower, a world leader. France says, hey, the U.S. is not treating you right. Come to me. Come to me.
And they're actually going.
And they're going. U.S. scientists are leaving. Tell me what's going to happen. Tap that screen. This is not enough taps. Tap that screen like you have never tapped in your life. Tap, 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 tap. Because if you understand what I'm saying, I'm telling you, there is a money flow, an intellectual capital flow that is leaving the United States of America. You must understand the long-term, short-term, mid-term impact to the United States of America and our citizens. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? France and Europe are stealing the scientists that are one of the main reasons that put us ahead. They're leaving. They're leaving the U.S. So we are essentially sliding. If you think that NVIDIA's market cap is sliding, you think Tesla's market cap is sliding, the minds that made the U.S. what the U.S. is, and we're known for innovations, we're known for ideas, they're leaving the United States. You need to sit with that for a moment. Never in your wildest dreams would you have thought that we would obstruct some of the world's best minds from coming into our country, and we will stunt some of the world's best minds in our country. Listen to what I'm saying. We are blocking people who come from all over the world to get our education from coming into the United States. 1. 2, we are preventing and hindering some of our best minds from doing what they do best, and they're leaving. Do you understand the economic and the intellectual vacuum that's being created right before your face? So just like the Roman Empire had its best days and then it lost, the British Empire had its best days and it lost. Okay? Even Egypt had an empire. China had an empire. India had an empire. If we don't stop what we're doing, I'm telling you, there's a new dynamic that's erupting in front of your face. Money is one thing. When you have smarts, you have intellectual capital, you can get money again. But if you're losing money and you're losing the intellectual capital of your nation, I'm asking you, where do you go from there? Keep tapping.
Always had first dibs on this.
The U.S. always had first dibs on these wonderful people, on these minds. Because of how we established ourselves, the U.S. always had first dibs on these beautiful minds of the world. And that's shifting right before your face. What does this mean for you? Who is the other person? It doesn't matter. It could be one country. It could be many countries. The thing I need you to reconcile with is that it's not the U.S. Thank you. It's not the U.S. You don't need to know where they're going. What you need to know is where they're leaving. Because when they leave, that accelerates the money flow out of the U.S. So how, if our intellectual minds are leaving, they're going to other countries, how change is constant, you understand. And the problem is that for some reason, our nation is resistant to this change. The U.S. is a pioneer, and everywhere I turn, it looks like the United States is actually resisting the inevitable. And when we resist money flow, money will flow. Intellectual property will flow in the direction of least resistance. You want to know? Go back to the Silk Road. The reason why Timbuktu and the Silk Road and trade routes were so lucrative, because it was the spread of goods, of services, of intellectual capital. It spread knowledge. When knowledge and money is not able to move, it stunts a society. You guys like to laugh about Timbuktu. Timbuktu was a real place. Timbuktu was a rich place. Timbuktu had some of the first universities that ever existed. What happened to Timbuktu? Trade routes dried up. And when trade routes, intellect, goods dried up, Timbuktu dried up too. So if you think that the U.S. can't dry up and become obsolete like Timbuktu, if we keep making moves and economic policies like this, that's why I talk to you about history. I talk to you about history because history repeats itself, because human beings seem to get on our high horse and we ignore the signs in front of our face. When you know what the U.S. was founded upon, and the U.S. was founded upon liberty. Liberty of thoughts, liberty of speech, liberty of action, liberty of earning money. And if you stunt that, you're essentially going against the spirit of a country. Yes, humans have spirits, countries have spirits. The U.S. has a spirit. The U.S. was born. The U.S. was born because a few people got together, created a constitution, and created a new life. So if you think that this energy is not there, and you go against your spirit, when you go against your destiny, the U.S. has a destiny. It has a journey. It has a purpose that is supposed to serve on this earth. And right now, we are going against the heart and the spirit of why America was born and constructed. And if you don't believe me, sit back and watch. Sit back and watch how this plays out. Sit back and watch how this plays out. Money is leaving. Minds are leaving. The economy is shrinking. You think about that. You think about that and tap that screen. Now, guys, anyone who's interested in my live replays, okay? I'm getting ready to transition to the second portion of my live. Anyone who's interested in my live replays, let me tell you how you're going to get it. You're going to go to my profile. You're going to go to my website. And on my website, you're going to enter your email address. Thank you. You're going to enter your email address and you will get an email from me telling you how to get access to my live replays. With my live replays, I actually create a strategic brief that gives you more in-depth insight into what I'm talking about. I'm going to repeat. If you're interested in my live replays, you go to my profile, you go to my website, you enter your email address. My live replays actually come with a strategic brief that gives you greater information in depth so that you can dive deeper and you can ride these economic booms like a G, like a pro. But the only way you're going to get access to my live replays is going to my website, enter your email address. Now, for everyone else who needs some help, who needs some pressure taken off, because you don't have enough money for your bank account, let me tell you this. If you want to know how you can take some of the financial pressure off and get some extra cash flow in your bank account, would that help you? If a few extra $1,000 a month off of a 2-hour workday and daily cash flow sounds like something of interest for you, I want you to tap the screen and stay with me. So my regular audience, you may leave. Anyone else is looking for some breathing room, who's looking for a way to actually take some of the financial pressure off without working, don't listen to me. Correct. Don't listen to me. Thank you, Tyler. Miss Lux, I did, but no. Keith, you need to check your spam or your promotions. Keith, if you did that, you need to check your spam. You need to check your promotions. I can guarantee you. Guarantee you an email was sent. Okay? Then Keith, you may have entered the wrong email address. If you did not get an email from me, enter your email again because your email address could have been wrong. Now back on topic. Guys, I want you to imagine being able to pay your bills off of a 2 to 3 hour workday. I'm going to repeat what I said. I want you to imagine being able to earn enough money, working 2 to 3 hours a day, and paying your bills and having enough money left over. Now, some of you are going to say, there is no possible way that I can pay my bills off of a 2-hour workday. And I'm telling you, yes, you can. You see, when you have technology supporting you and backing you up, Technology can do most of the grinding. So now that you understand that there's technology that can do most of the grinding to get you daily cash flow, 24/7 passive income, and 100% of the money being deposited into your bank account. What does that mean? It means instead of your money going from one person to another person, and then you're waiting for that other person to sign off on your paycheck, I want you to imagine the only bank account that money is going to is from the person that buys from you and directly into your bank account. There's no middleman when it comes to your money. What would $2,000 of extra monthly income do for your life? What would $5,000 of extra income do for your life? Would you pay off your bills? Would you go on vacation? Would you remodel your house? Would you pay off your debt? Because I need you to have a vision of what your goals are. I need you to get back in touch with your dreams, with your hopes, with your desires. Because there's no purpose to you listening to me about daily cash flow and what $2,000 of extra income would do for you if you don't know what you would do with that money. So if you know what you could or would do with that type of money or more, tap the screen. Let me know if I'm not talking to myself. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm talking to you about daily cash flow with a 2-hour workday. That's something that's legal, that's real, that's legit. Tap. This is real. Now you're saying, if I'm not working 16 hours a day, it's not possible to earn that money. I'm telling you, with technology and automations, yes, you can. You see, I go through 50 minutes of my live stream. I go through that live stream to challenge you. I challenge your brain. I try to strip down your mind so that by the time I get to the Sydney, can I send my email to you? No, Sydney. All you do is go to my profile. My website is there. You enter your email address, or you send me a DM and I'll send you my website. I want to repeat. Either you go to my website on your own, which is on my profile. You send me a DM, I'll send you the website, or you fill out my lead form. Now back on topic. I need you to get in touch with your hopes and your dreams, because your hopes and your dreams are actually your fuel, your passion. It's what brings you happiness. It's what brings you bliss. There's no purpose of you learning how to earn $1,000 extra income, $5,000 of extra income if you don't know or you don't feel deserving of this type of money. I'm telling you, you can have technology that supports you, that will allow you to have a 2-hour workday and unlimited income potential. Now, what industry is this in? This is in the e-learning industry. The e-learning industry is online learning. Online learning is a $1.5 billion daily industry, and it's projected to double to $3 billion in 2 years. So that means money. It means money for the average man, for the top man, whoever or whatever you think you are as far as a man or a woman. You have an opportunity. You can be in Spain. You can do this anywhere in the world. A month ago, I was in Malaysia. I'm currently in Vietnam. So whatever I'm talking to you about, if you have access to the internet, you have 2 hours a day, you have a cell phone, tablet, laptop, or computer, you can get this income. The e-learning industry is a legitimate industry. Let me tell you, why are you so serious? Why aren't you serious? Hold on. Why am I serious? Where are your life goals? Where are your life goals? Where are your hopes? Where are your dreams? Where is your ambition? What is your initiative? Why are you here? What do you want? Will you get anything? Will you ever have anything? Why can't you seem to get off your ass and stop being a keyboard warrior and do something more constructive with your life, which is to stack money? Why do you go around trying to disrupt people when you and I both know you're sitting in a basement, trying to make a wish on a peanut, and you're still going to sit in that basement with no friends, no life, no ambition? So why am I serious? Because I have goals. I have dreams. I have confidence to get on the live stream and help educate and inform people so they can change their life and save their life. Now, what do you do? What do you got? Where are you going? What value do you add? I know the value I add. What value do you add? So now, anyone else who wants to ask me, why am I serious? Why am I aggressive? Why am I passionate? Why? Because I'm a strong, powerful woman. I know what I want. I know the value I bring. I am confident and I don't play. Now, if I make you uncomfortable, that's your problem, not mine. Anybody else? Your discomfort is not my problem. Your lack of ambition is not my problem. Your lack of goals and your failures are not my problem. If the only thing you've accomplished today is by trolling my live stream, congratulations. Congratulations. And you still failed at trolling me. Now, can I get back to this money? Can I get back to this money? Can I get back to this money? I need you to imagine having technologies that works while you sleep. There is an automated system. There is technologies that can work for your online business to support you. So now I'm telling you, I know a way for you to get freedom, time freedom, where you don't have to trade time for money. What does that mean? It means you do not have to work 16 hours to get a 16-hour money. You don't have to work 24 hours to earn 24-hour money. You are earning money in a way that's old. Old. Those are old money systems. I'm telling you, there's a new day, there's a new dawn, and there's a new way to get this money. And it's online. It is leveraging your cell phone. It is leveraging the internet, and it's leveraging social media. This is not drop shipping. This is not multi-level marketing. This is not network marketing. This is not affiliate marketing. This is money where you earn 100% of it. So if someone buys something from you from $600, $600 goes into your bank account. I'm talking about not selling digital calendars, digital planners, digital templates. No, those are peanuts. I'm talking to you about the ability to earn $300 in one day, $600 in one day. And you know what that is? That's not stock market money. That's not multi-level marketing money. That is money from an industry that is booming. You want to go to harvard.com. Go to any Ivy League institution and you will see that they offer e-learning programs. E-learning is real. You don't have to be Harvard. You can be a high school dropout. You can be a retiree. You can be a person who was an executive, got laid off. There is a way for you to earn six-figure income in the e-learning industry, and 100% of the profits go to you. How do I get involved? Nazam, all you got to do is leave my live, go to my profile, my website is there. I am telling you from the bottom of my soul, okay? And my soul is deep. This money is real. It is not like anything you've seen before. It is an opportunity to change your financial and economic footprint. It will allow you to stop working so hard. You do not have to work yourself to the bone. You do not have to do back-breaking labor. You do not have to toil. You do not have to be driving in your sleep. There is a way for you to change what you're doing. Now, how do you do this? It's very simple. If you're watching me on a cell phone, I'm telling you, you wasted that money. Let me tell you why. You spent around $1,000 on a cell phone. Your cell phone is probably newer than mine. If you would have taken a portion of that money that you spent on your cell phone and invested it one time, you would have an online business that's backed by automations. And those automations would be basically working for you 24/7. Next, having an automated online business means you can have multiple streams of income. What are income streams? Income streams are like you working 2 or 3 jobs. You hear me? Tap that screen if you hear me. Income streams are like you working 2 to 4 different jobs. Now imagine having an online business that is automated. And because it's automated, you can have as many streams of income as you would like. And you work 2 to 3 hours a day. And your automated system works 24/7. Next, daily payouts. When you have an online business that is automated, which means you work for yourself, that means the money that you earn goes directly into your bank account. You do not work for me. You work for yourself. So if you've never had an opportunity to have your own business, or you've had a business that cost you too much money, I'm telling you, a one-time investment of 100, 300, or 600. I'm going to repeat, 600, 300, or 100. You get an automated system that's already built. This automated system will allow you to generate multiple streams of income. You will be taught the skill sets that you need to earn. How much is the one time? I just told you. I'm sorry. Was anyone listening to me? I said a one-time investment for you of 100, 300, or 600. And you're asking me, what is it? Do I need to block you, or do I need to mute you? Do I block you, or do I mute you? Audience, do I block? Okay, Devella, I'll let you be. All right, guys, I need you to see the future. Don't block this yet. I need you to see the future. I'm intense. I don't play. Mute. Guys, all you need to do, this is beginner friendly. This is step by step. This is beginner friendly. This is step by step. I cannot emphasize to you how you will benefit from this. And I'm real. I don't play games. The e-learning industry is a real industry. There's an opportunity that's available for you that will allow you to get time freedom, money freedom, and equip you with skills that you can use for the foreseeable future. Now, what do I mean by the foreseeable future? I mean, you will be able to ride the next economic booms with me. You cannot ride economic booms with me unless you get this basic foundation. Next, daily cash flow, daily payouts. There's no middleman. There's no cold calling. There's no DMing. There's no emailing. You don't have to do the work that you're typically accustomed to when it comes to earning an income. I want you to understand this. I don't get on phone calls. I don't DM. I don't engage in any of that. I essentially have an online robot. I have an online robot that allows me to have a 2-hour workday. So what does that mean, guys? It means, what do? I work for 2 to 3 hours. How long is this process? This is Learn to Earn, Khaleesi. Khaleesi, this is Learn to Earn. You can have your automated system up running 24 to 72 hours, and you can actually hit the ground running within a few days. How soon can you get it up and running? It depends on you. Is this risky? No. The only risk is you. Thank you, Keith. The only risk is you. The only risk is you. What does that mean? You need to be committed and consistent, okay? What does that mean? Just like you go to a dead-end job and you work for peanuts and scraps, you are committed to that income. You go to work, you work for those peanuts, you go home, you struggle. You've been committed to that struggle, that hustle, that struggle. You've been committed to that pointless grind. I'm asking you to take your nature to be committed and consistent to being financially impoverished. And I'm asking you to take that same discipline and put it over to you generating your own income. I'm going to repeat this. You trained yourself to go to work in a job that is not adding any value to you and is actually taking more away from you. If you take that focus, that dedication, that commitment, and that consistency, and you take those skill sets and you transfer them over here, you will be taught, you will be coached step by step, what to do, how to do it. You will get live mentoring. There's mindset mentoring, there's tech mentoring, there is coaching mentoring, there is business coaching mentoring. All of that comes with your one-time investment. I'm going to repeat. You get an automated system that is your online business already built. You get reskilled with a 6-figure income earning skill set, which will set you up for daily payouts of $300, $600, $900, $1,800 plus a day. You choose. Unlimited income earning potential and an industry called e-learning that's booming. You want more detail? Is on my website. In addition To all this, you get step-by-step training. You get live coaching and mentoring, which includes mindset, tech, business, whatever it is that you need to equip you for success. They all come packaged together. It is value for money. It is life-changing. It's mind-blowing. You can be a blue-collar worker. You can be a high school dropout. You can be a former executive director that retired and need more money. You can be a stay-at-home mom. You can be in the military. I don't care what your story is. You can be anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. This is a game-changing opportunity because of the sheer amount of cash flow that's available for you to tap into. But you got to get out of your way. You got to get out of your way. I'm saying that real. If you got some hopes, you got some dreams, you have some ambitions, and you did not have the time and or cash flow, whether it be spend time with your kids, you want to quit your job, you want to be a stay-at-home mom, all of that's happening right now in a community of people of 50,000, 51,000 people. People are achieving their goals and dreams. People are earning income that they've never seen in their life. You want to know why? Because they're coachable. And they follow directions. There's no monthly fees. There's no inventory. There's no drop shipping. There's no monthly costs. You're going to be taught how to have a profitable business that costs you no money. That is how you earn 100% of the profits and 100% of the revenue. You're going to be taught how to have an online business with a 2-hour workday, daily cash flow, 100% of the revenue, because you actually have a business that costs you no money to have. Last but not least, this business works when you're sleeping. This business works when you're on a date. This business works when you're with your kids and you're picking them up, you're shopping, you're on vacation. This business works even when you turn off your cell phone. That is the power of having an automated business. It works even when you're not working. And you can have the mindset of a 4-year-old, because a 4-year-old can do this. Now, if you're still in disbelief, I can't help you. This is real. It's happening. It's legit. Everything's on my profile. My website is on my profile. And people who are curious about the digital age, digital money, you need to change. You need to change. You don't have to work 8 hours a day to get money. You work less, earn more. This is legal. E-learning is legal. It is legit. It is a digital product that earns hundreds, thousands of dollars for some people. It is legal. It is legit. And you do not have to be a rocket science to do this, because, thank you, Special K, you will be given everything you need to succeed. You will be given everything you need to succeed. The technology, the education, the mentoring, the coaching, everything comes for one. So when I say a one-time investment of 100, 300, or 600, that's what that means. There's nothing else. After that, it's plug and play. You hit the ground, you get the work done, you watch the videos, you crack it out. It's simple. It's a new, different paradigm to earn money. So if you want to see it, you want to try it, you got to make it happen. Because if $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 will make a difference, will take the pressure off of you to find some happiness, some breathing room, you think you might want to check this out. If $1,000 or even $10,000, I don't know what your goals are, will take the pressure off of you, give you some breathing room, give you a chance to recalibrate, find yourself, get in touch with yourself, introduce yourself to yourself, you want to check this out. This is real. If you can find love from a cell phone, if you can find love Monday through Sunday, if you can find love Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because your cell phone gives you that convenience, then you must understand you can earn money that way. I got to go. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful night. Go to my profile. My website is there. Enter your email address and let's do this. Have a good night. Bye-bye.